What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and I just had a epiphany. But this is also your WWE 2018 BackLash preview and predictions, where we're going to run down the card match by match in a podcast-like form. So I'm too lazy, and I haven't done my hair, and I feel ugly right now, so I'm not doing video cam right now, just to be honest. But I am using Wikipedia to look up this information, so if I start explaining something and you don't, or going over a match and I don't go over it in detail, they do have brief summaries on here, or you can go to WWE.com and I'm pretty sure they have summaries of the matches on their preview for these matches as well. We're going to start with the pre-show, where I just had my epiphany. So I was just recording, right? And my neighbor's flipping chihuahuas just went ham while I was in the middle of a epiphany. And it was basically Bayley's going heel on Monday. I would say Sasha, but I'm going to say Bayley is going heel on Sunday. Not on Sunday. Maybe Sunday, but I'm thinking Monday, and here's my explanation. On the pre-show, we have Bayley versus Ruby Riott. Over the past couple of weeks, both of them have been going one-on-one in matches and in tag team matches against the Riott Squad. All of them having certain matches with each other, all five ladies. I think some of the most recent matches, if not from this Monday's Raw, we saw Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott, where Ruby Riott got the pinfall because of a Bayley distraction. Now, if I'm just making it up in my head, I'm sorry, but that's what I kind of remember from that. There's so much going on this week in my personal life, so I'm just going off what I remember. Bayley cost Sasha the match. Ruby won. So I can see a reverse happening. Bayley losing this match because of Sasha. Sasha doing the whole, oh snap. I just, like, it can be like outside interference. Like Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan could come out, you know, be out ringside with Ruby Riott, be costing her the match. Sasha Banks come out to try to help make the save. But since it's at this point a 3-on-2 situation, Bayley has to take her eye off Ruby Riott for a second. So let's say Bayley gets the Bayley to belly off the middle rope or the top rope or something in the pre-show, because you know they try to do a lot of nice stuff on the pre-show during some of these matches. So it's going to be a Bayley or belly to Bayley or whatever it's called. From the middle of the top rope, Ruby Riott is down. Riott Squad tries to come and make the save. Sasha Banks runs out. She knocks out one of them, knocks out the other one. While she's beating on one, the other one comes out. Bayley does like a bottom rope drop kick out the ring on one of them just to help Sasha out. They have a little bit of a stare down. Sasha's like, get back in the ring, get back in the ring, get back in the ring. And then Bayley's like, don't tell me what to do, yada yada yada. Sasha then takes out the Riott Squad after she like, ooh. So while they're arguing, like Sasha's like, you need to get back in the ring and finish Ruby Riott. You need to finish Ruby now. And then Bayley's like, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. The Riott Squad, while they're arguing, Liv and Sarah, they're down. They're arguing. They start recovering. Sasha sees them about to attack Bayley from behind. So instead of letting them get attacked in disqualification, Sasha throws Bayley back into the ring. And Bayley eats a Riott kick from Ruby while Sasha's taking care of Liv and Sarah on the outside, or she gets attacked by Liv and Sarah on the outside. Bayley gets pinned 1, 2, 3. Sasha's like, what just happened? Or they all get beat down. Monday night rolls around. Bayley, Sasha's in the ring, trying to apologize or whatever. You know, Sasha's being Sasha, but Sasha's not being heel, or she's not being face. Sasha's being a tweener while she's cutting this promo. Bayley comes down, and then Bayley turns heel. And then we finally get my favorite hashtag of all that will finally be in existence. Go hug yourself. Bayley turns heel on Sasha Banks, making Sasha Banks the most over female on Raw, making Bayley the most over heel on Raw. You can have a situation where the whole Natalya, Alexa, Nia Women's Championship is going on right now with you have the whole everything else is going on with Natalya and a women's title, because I believe that's going to be interconnected later on. We'll talk about that later when we get to the women's title match. But basically, Monday Night Raw, I expect Bayley to turn heel. Whew. So you'll have a heel Bayley versus a face Sasha Banks. You can have Bayley win the title as a heel. She's super over as a heel, hopefully in the right ways and not like a Roman Reigns type way. Then at SummerSlam, you can have Bayley versus Sasha. And then around Survivor Series time, might as well talk about the Raw Women's title match next. So Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. I think Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. What in the hell am I talking about? Nia Jax versus did I say Becky Lynch as well? Did I really just say Asuka versus Becky Lynch? Wait, hold on. Or is my mind just playing tricks on me? Raw Women's title, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. Whoa. Raw Women's title, Jax, Bliss. Jax is going to win. Jax is a babyface right now. In the meantime, building up going into SummerSlam, you could have like a Natalya versus Ronda feud going on, because Natalya's going to turn on Ronda eventually. Have Nia win, then have the Natalya Rousey, Nia Jax, Bliss situation start to intermingle, so somehow you can get the two different feuds out of that. So then maybe you can have Alexa aligning herself with Natalya, while Ronda aligns herself with Nia Jax. That way you can have that dynamic going on. Just take those two situations, swap them. That way you can have Nia Jax as a babyface versus Natalya as a heel. Nia Jax beats Natalya. This is like leading into SummerSlam. So what's between then and SummerSlam? Like Night of Champions and all that good stuff. Extreme Rules, I believe, is in that time. You can have like those two situations going on. Like I said, the Nia Jax Bliss situation. The basically you're gonna have all three of these things intermingling at once. So Bayley, Sasha. I want to say you're gonna have Nia Jax versus Natalya going into SummerSlam, and then Alexa will be doing something with Ronda Rousey at the same time. All that's going to intermingle, so you can have your six women tags and all that stuff. Because you know we're going to get 6 women's tags with Raw lazy ass bookings. So you have all three of those things leading up to each other. That way, around... Because I personally, at Survivor Series, if you have like Nia Jax, yada yada yada, I'll have Nia Jax lose the title to a heel Bayley at SummerSlam, and then somewhere around the lines, you have Bayley and Sasha. Somewhere in between there, Bayley drops the belt to Sasha. That way you can have... It doesn't matter. You don't even have to have Sasha drop the title to Bayley. Either one of those two, either a face Sasha Banks or a heel Bayley as champion going into the Survivor Series, especially if it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. Oh wait, they're not going to Saudi Arabia, or at least the women aren't. Never mind. So Survivor Series, whatever's going on Survivor Series weekend, you can have either Bayley or Sasha with the belt defending against Ronda Rousey. Basically, before this year is over with and the last Big Four pay-per-view of the year is Survivor Series, you want Ronda to have the women's title before this year is over with, and I think Survivor Series is the best place to do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. So basically, for the two women's matches on the Raw side of things, Bayley will lose to Ruby, so Ruby's going to win. And in the women's Raw championship match, Nia is going to beat Alexa. Jesus Christ. That was a lot of rambling. That was like the podcast portion. Let's run through the rest of this card as quickly as possible. The next thing they have on Wikipedia on the list is AJ Styles as champion versus Shinsuke Nakamura as challenger. No DQ match for the WWE Championship. I think AJ Styles is going to win this match just because of Samoa Joe being the heel as well. And he already announced his positioning as being the next contender. So unless you're going to have Nakamura win and go into a triple threat match later this year, Joe, Nakamura, Styles, oh, that's almost as good as Christopher Daniels. Like, could you imagine? Fuck it. Never mind. I want Nakamura to win this match. If I ever wanted a multi-man match on a WWE roster, I want Nakamura as a heel champion versus AJ Styles, chasing babyface, with Samoa Joe, a chasing heel, in a triple threat match. Oh, I want that. Especially since we can't get Christopher Daniels, Nakamura in the Christopher Daniels spot. Fine with me. That's fine with me. I'm going with Nakamura. Just so we can get the Joe Styles Nakamura triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins, your Intercontinental Champion versus The Miz. I don't even need to go over this. One's on Raw, one's on SmackDown. The Intercontinental Championship is on Raw. Seth Rollins on Raw. Seth Rollins going to win. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. There's a strong possibility this match could change into a triple threat match with Shelton Benjamin involved. But I'm just going with Jeff Hardy to retain the U.S. title. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss, a match I've just talked about ad nauseum. Nia Jax is going to win. Carmella versus Charlotte. Another situation for the women, but this time on SmackDown. Because now you have Carmella, who just cashed in her Money in the Bank. And a lot of people are 50-50 on Carmella. Some people hate her, some people love her. I love Carmella right now. Always love Carmella. Is she doing the best work that she could be doing? No. Is she entertaining in my perspective? Yes. Because I like the type of annoying ass heel. She's doing, a lot of people compare her to a female Enzo. She's doing Enzo better because where Enzo was being shoved down our throat, Carmella really wasn't. So she's doing an Enzo style stick without being shoved down our throat. So at this point, now that she's champion, will it? Or now that she has become champion, even if she loses the belt to Charlotte on Sunday, will she still be annoying? Then I can start making the comparisons if without the belt, she's still being pushed in the Enzo type role, and she's not entertaining to me, then I can understand that. But at this point, I like Carmella more than I like Enzo. So I like Carmella, which means I love me some Charlotte. I love me some Charlotte. But I want Carmella to win this. Could Charlotte win this? You know what? Nope. Because you got to think about my other babies. My other loves. The Iconics. I was going to call them Iconic Duo, but they're the Iconics now. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. My babies. My babies. But I'm just going to go with Carmella to win this. By hook or by crook. Carmella. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. Joe has already established that he's going to be in the main event scene on SmackDown. Roman Reigns is doing a... Okay, the question you ask yourself here, if you're a booker and you want to use logic. Samoa Joe has just been switched over to SmackDown. So, we haven't really seen him get physical on SmackDown. No, yes we have. Yes we have. He choked out Sin Cara. My bad. But we haven't seen him in a major storyline, except the one that he's in now, which he has not been an active participant in physically. He came out, cut the promo on AJ. Nakamura came out, hit AJ in the balls, but yada yada yada. He has not been in a match for the WWE Championship yet. So, Roman Reigns, on the other hand, who's in the Universal title picture. So basically, you have both of your number one contenders at this moment going into BackLash in a one-on-one match cross promotion. Fuck it. You let Samoa... You had Seth Rollins win against The Miz. That's cross promotion. So, fuck it. I'm going with Samoa Joe. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. I want to say... Do you have it? You already have a no disqualification match on this card. Do you want to have another disqualification on the card? So, like, do you want to have a disqualification? Because when you look at this, the WWE Championship no disqualification, Styles Nakamura, is your main event. Unless you just want to pop the crowd with Daniel Bryan as your main event. Because you know, this is Daniel Bryan's first one-on-one pay-per-view match. Even if it's against Big Cass, who isn't as, he's been on the shelf for almost about 5 or 6 months at this point. Bringing him back, he's in the storyline with the hottest person on the roster, Daniel Bryan. Do you want Daniel Bryan to go on last or second to last? Daniel Bryan's going to win by tap out. Daniel Bryan's going to win by tap out. And then you have the... Whoa. I'm looking at this. There are no tag team championship matches on this card. Neither one of them are on this card. You have a lot of noticeably missing matches on this card. The tag team titles aren't on this card. Both of them. The Cruiserweight title is on this card. Okay, those are only 2 things that's not on this card. So you have the women's titles. Oh, and the Universal title. Well, but that's Brock Lesnar. So, whatever. So, 5 championship matches out of 9 matches in total. Wow. Wow. So you leave off the tag belts, the Cruiserweight belt. Is there another belt missing that I'm not thinking about? The Greatest Royal Rumble belt isn't being defended. Oh, I crack myself up sometimes. Wow. It took me getting to this match. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Braun Strowman, I'm a fan of. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, I'm a fan of. Bobby Lashley is your wild card here. Let me pull up Photoshop so I can kind of make... I'm going to start making my own thumbnails. Let me pull up Photoshop real quick. It's not going to be on this computer. It's my other computer. Bobby freaking Lashley. Who... Former ECW champion. Former United States champion. I don't know if he ever had tag or intercontinental gold. But I know he is a United States and ECW champion. I was watching back then. Because it was... Who was on ECW to relaunch? You had Christian, Kurt Angle, The Big Show, CM Punk, Chris Benoit was on there for a while. CM Punk, Chris Benoit, Kevin Thorne, and Shelly Martinez, her fine ass. Johnny Mundo. This is Johnny Mundo away from Melina. This is post Eminem Johnny Mundo. John Morrison, when he first came up with that character. For some reason, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was over there too because I think he was ECW champion with the silver belt. Wow. Bobby Lashley, of course. That ECW, the relaunch, really had a good roster because you still had Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, Balls Mahoney, rest in peace. I think he passed away a couple of years ago. Balls Mahoney. Sabu, Raven. I think Raven was there for like a match or two, or was Raven in TNA at this point. Either way it go, I am not a fan of Bobby Lashley. There it goes. I said it. A lot of people want to call Bobby Lashley Black Lesnar. I'm not a Bobby Lesnar, Brock Lesnar fan like that. So if I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar, why would I be a fan of Bobby Roode? Not Bobby Roode. Bobby Lashley. Jesus Christ. What was Bobby Roode's other name? No, he was always rude, but they would call him like Robert. It was like Robert or Bobby. Like sometimes he'd be Robert, sometimes he'd be Bobby, sometimes he'd be Robert, sometimes he'd be Bobby. You remember the TNA? Like Robert Rude. Like who the fuck is that? Oh, it's Bobby. They're like, Bobby, you're rude. Who the fuck is Bobby? Oh, Robert. I remember those days. All that to say, I'm not a fan of Lashley like that. He can do some stuff. I know he has an impressive MMA record. I remember before I completely gave up on TNA, which I heard I need to start watching again. Bobby Lashley was doing a lot of stuff in Bellator cage fighting, Bellator MMA, which is like, if you want to call the UFC WWE, Bellator will be like Ring of Honor. I don't want to call them TNA, but I don't know if they're as high as New Japan. So I would call like Bellator Ring of Honor. So, yeah. But who's going to win the match? Braun Strowman is going to win the match. I don't know. Actually, don't care. I don't care. When it comes to this tag match, I've said all this stuff just to say I don't care. I gave you 8 results out of 9. This is the one match I don't care about. Braun Strowman should be Universal Champion. Bobby Lashley should be being built up over the next couple of weeks to be in the IC title picture. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, either you break them up, or they should be tag team champions or in a tag team title picture. So you have 3 to 4 acts if you want to count Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as a tag team or singles, 3 or 4 acts, that deserve 2 to 3 deserve better, and 1 needs to be built up. So I don't care. All that being said, let's run through the card one last time. Riot over Bayley. Hashtag go hug yourself. Nakamura over Styles to win the title. Rollins over The Miz to retain the title. Jeff over Randy Orton, or Jeff over Randy Orton, Shelton Benjamin to retain the US title. Nia Jax to retain the Raw title. Carmella to retain the SmackDown Women's title. Joe over Reigns. Joe over Reigns. Joe over Reigns. Bryan over Cass. I don't care about the tag team match. I just can't give you, like, if I was like, well, a lot of people have been saying Bobby Lashley could turn heel and turn on Braun Strowman to start that up, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn could win. So I'm just going to do that. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn over Braun and Bobby. So, like always, I gave you my thoughts. Leave yours down in the description below. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, all in the description down below. About time you're seeing this, it will not be Cinco de Mayo anymore, but that's when I am recording this. So even if you aren't celebrating this day and you still are taking in your beverages, drinks, be safe, be responsible. Share this video out with your friends. Subscribe if you are new here. Hit the notification bell to know when a new video is live in your feed. All that being said, I am Shawn DaGamer. Leave your comments and your thoughts on what might happen on this pay-per-view down below. And I am out of here.